Hi and welcome back to my booktube channel. Today I'm not going to be posting the Hunger Games video that I promised and have half edited. I'm going to be talking about the books that I got for my 18th birthday, which was Wednesday the 11th. As you can see by the traditional pin badge with the 18 or wheel on it. But yeah, I'm going to talk about the books that I got, the books that I bought myself out of no self-control. And yeah, I hope that you can tell me if you like these books in the comments below. I'll stop wasting your time on the intro and get started now. But remember to subscribe and turn the notification bell on. You'll probably only get a notification every other month when I actually post. But it'd be nice if you came back and watched all my videos. The first book that I got is a very hyped book. I've seen a lot of incredible reviews. My best friend loves this book. And honestly, how can you not with a cover like this? This is The House by the Cerulean Sea. And now I am falling in love head over heels with this cover. I'm very excited to read this, basically just because of the cover, but also the premise is really good as well. So basically in this world, kids and teenagers have superpowers, and for some reason a bunch of them end up, or all of them end up, in orphanages / schools or something. And we are following a 40-year-old inspector who goes around each of these schools to make sure the kids are being treated well. And one day he gets called into this like extra secure one where there's children with more powerful powers than the rest, and we basically follow his encounters in this school, and he lives there for a bit. He falls in love with the headmaster and see what's crack-a-lacking with these superpowered kids. But yeah, I'm very excited to put this on my shelf because look at the spine. It has like the little house on the front cover on it, and it's just beautiful in every single way. But yeah, I can't wait to put this on my bookshelves. As you can see, they're a bit empty because I'm moving, and they're all in boxes, which you're sat on right now. My setup is terrible, but it's doing. But anyway, so I can't wait to put this on my bookshelves when I have my bookshelves back in shape. The next 3 books that I have here are from my friend. She kindly got me some good books. And the first one I am again dying to read is The Sky Blues. And a lot of people are talking about this as being like Love Simon-esque, which, if you know, is one of my favourite books. And it's even blurred by Becky Albertelli, which gives me so much hope for this book because she's one of my favourite authors. But yeah, basically all I've heard, apart from the main premise, is that this is very Love Simon-y, and that's all you need to do to sell me a book. In this book we follow a boy called Sky, I believe, and he basically prom's coming or something like that, and he wants to come out to his crush in the gayest way possible. But before he gets the chance to do that, someone outs him online or something happens, and he and his friends decide to get the best revenge possible before prom. That's about all I know. There's probably more to it than that, but based on just that and the comparing it to Love Simon has sold me on this book. Again, it's a beautiful cover, so I guess 2020 is good for something. It's given us beautiful book covers. The next 2 books I have are both by the same author, a very famous author who my friend is obsessed with and constantly tells me I have to read, and that is Jane Austen. I have Persuasion and Sandation, I don't know how you say that word. I'm too dyslexic to read that. But yeah, she got me both of these, which I guess is her final push for me to actually read some Jane Austen. So I don't know much about either of these, and I think I'm just going to go into them blind and hope for the best. I know this one's made up of letters or something, but yeah, I'm probably just going to go into these blind and hope for the best. They've got, again, beautiful covers. But yeah, I'll be diving into those eventually. Okay, so I'm going to sound like a broken record right now because I've said it for the past 4 books, but this next book has, again, a gorgeous cover. I need to think of better adjectives. The next one has exquisite design on the front of the cover. Is that any better? And that book is Wranglestone, and I mean, just look at it. Again, it must be the pastels. I'm clearly in a pastel coloured phase, but we got like the beautiful hot pinks going into the pastel purple, and it's really gorgeous. Like, this book is basically a gay zombie apocalypse, which I'm very excited for. Basically, we follow these kids on an island. The rest of the world has been overrun with zombies, as is the zombie apocalypse. And they live on this island that's protected. It has this big lake around it that the zombies can't get past. And we follow this boy, and he does something. I think they either find out he's fallen in love with the boy on the opposite side of the lake, or something else goes wrong, and he gets exiled from the island, and he has to go out into the bigger world, and he falls in love with the boy on the opposite side of the lake. And then winter comes and the lake starts to freeze, and the two boys have to find a way to protect the island from the zombies that are now walking over the frozen lake, ready to destroy the whole camp. But yeah, I'm very excited for this one. I kept teasing my friend every time we went to Waterstones. I'd pick it up and like, oh, I think I'm gonna buy this. So the next book I have in my haul is Better Together by Christine Riccio, which it's her second novel after her debut Again But Better, which if you want to see a review, follow my Instagram. Yeah, that book, okay, I had mixed feelings about her first book. Like, I enjoyed it, I liked the writing, I liked the story, but on the other hand it was a bit like self-insert. I think someone described it as that, and I really agree with that. It's like a self-insert. Basically, Christine is the main character, and it's kind of obvious. Just read my review, and read the pinned comment as well. But yeah, I have mixed feelings about that. It was like 3 stars, but I am excited to see how her writing has developed in her second book, which has, again, an exquisite cover. It has one girl on the front, one girl on the back. I can't remember their names, but it's very cool. It's like 2 front covers for the price of 1. But basically in this book, I think the premise is we follow 2 sisters. They don't know anything about each other, and that's because parents had like a nasty divorce when they were babies, and basically were like, hey, you know what would be a good idea? You have this baby, I'll have this baby, let's never talk again. And they went their separate ways. So these 2 girls, in the front and back, they grew up not knowing anything about each other until one day they both arrive at like a Comic-Con thing, and they meet up and discover this secret, and they decide to get revenge on their parents by switching places and seeing what's going on. I know there's some supernatural elements or magic elements things in this. Spoilers, kind of not spoilers for Again But Better, but I have heard that there is like a kind of like magic element in this, supernatural, something like that, which again is always nice to see. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with these sisters. I'm excited to find out what kind of magic's gonna go down. So the next 4 books are books that I treated myself to, because I have no self-control, and I was like, it's my birthday, I'm gonna buy myself some books, and books I did buy. That's really bad. So the first 2 I got were buy one get one half price, and the 2 that I got were As Good as Dead, it's actually a signed copy, which is, I'm not gonna lie, is the only reason I got it. I haven't read the first 2 books yet, because this is basically the 3rd book in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I did start, but it's packed now and I don't know where I put it. So yeah, I only bought this because it was signed, and it is actually quite a nice signature. To be fair, I like how she did the Y with the J. I think that's very cool. But yeah, basically the only reason I bought this was because it was signed. I need to finish the 1st book and the 2nd book. But yeah, there's a lot of hype around this series, so I'm sure it's a good investment. I don't really know how to describe this because I don't want to read the back because it's the third book, but basically in the first book, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, we follow a girl called Pip, Pip? Was it Pip? Yeah, it's Pip. Hey, look at that, I guess that. We follow a girl called Pip as she does a school project, kind of like extracurricular school project thing, and she decides to research more into a murder that happened in her town, and it was supposedly a open and shut case. They thought they'd got the suspect, they thought everything was wrapped up, but then Pip discovers that everything's not as it seems. The murderer might not have been the murderer. And yeah, basically murder mystery, school kids. It's gonna be fun, probably, most likely, and it has mixed media in it as well, which really, I think, adds to the idea of murder mystery kind of thing. But yeah, I'll stop talking about that. The next book that I got is Hayeen and Ayesha's Guide to Fake Dating, which, again, the cartoony like front cover with like the pink and the blue, beautiful. But every time I see this in the buy one half price section, I always really want to get it because it's such a cute little book, and I haven't seen a lot, but I have seen some people say it was really good, so I'm really excited for that. And thankfully there was this beauty, which finally meant that I could get it as a pair and buy one get out on half price instead of just getting a single book. I know I have a problem, I should have just bought it. So in this book, as you can probably tell from the title, there is some fake dating, as you can see from the picture, there's some secret love, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm very excited for this. So the next two are some of the last ones, and they're not normally what I would pick up, but well, I'll talk through as I get through them. But the first one is Carrie Fisher's The Princess Diaries. As you know, we lost Carrie Fisher a few years ago now. She played Leia in Star Wars, as well as other things, but she's most famous for Leia. And yeah, I've been wanting to pick this up for a while now. When I was rewatching some Star Wars, so I finally got my hands on it for a get two for £4 kind of thing. And yeah, I'm just so excited to read this and learn more about Carrie Fisher and her life and what she went through both in the Star Wars films and just in life in general. So yeah, and also as I flick through, there's like some pages that kind of look like maybe diary entries or something. So I'm excited to see what that is. And the book that I got with that is, okay, bear with me, I don't know how to say this title, but The Day of the Trifles. I don't know, I can't read cursive that well. What is that word? I mean, I can look on the back. The Day of the Triffids? We'll go with that. So the next book I got was The Day of the Triffids, which first got my attention because, again, the cover. What I'm realising is, you know the saying, you can't judge a book by its cover? I don't think that applies to me because clearly I do judge books by their covers, and I mean, if they've got a pretty cover, I'm gonna buy them. But yeah, I just really like the drawing aspect of this with the leaves and that. Basically in this book, there's been like a cosmic event that's made most of the population blind. A few lucky people didn't lose their sight, and as well as a lot of people turning blind, plants came to life or something like that. There's like plant monsters that start to kill whoever they can get their leaves on. It's kind of giving me like Little Shop of Horrors vibes, with maybe that's just because it's evil plants that eat people. But yeah, I was just excited for this. I didn't realise when I bought it, it was like a classic. I just thought it had weird print. But when I looked in the publisher's page, I saw that it was published in 1951. So I didn't realise it was a classic. Hopefully that doesn't make it too hard to read. I'll try my best. But yeah, I'm excited to see some plants eat some people. So the last books that I have are some really, really heavy ones. And they are the Walking Dead comics, which may not look that big on that screen, but these are hella heavy and hella big. But yeah, I recently, if you didn't see on my Instagram, I recently watched all of The Walking Dead, all 10 seasons of The Walking Dead, straight on, just binged them. They were amazing. I've got reviews in my Instagram highlights if you want to see, under TV reviews. And yeah, I decided after watching the show I wanted to read the comics that the show was based on. And yeah, I didn't realise they would be this big. I'm kind of scared. Like, I have started this one and I've been reading this for 2 days now and I'm not even halfway in. But yeah, the comics are very different from the show, may I say. Like, they start off very similar, but like there's a lot of characters missing that were in the show, which I'm kind of sad about. There's no Carol, and Andrea and Dale are together, which is just weird, and Tyrese came in really early, but there's no Sasha. I'm very, very lost. I'm really enjoying this one. It's very different. I'm kind of losing track of the characters. Like, Herschel has different kids. He has like a bunch of them, and I'm used to Beth. I really liked Beth in the show. And all these kids, I'm just waiting for them to die off because I don't want to remember their names. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I do recommend to check these out if you enjoyed the show. I definitely am enjoying both. I really enjoyed the show and I'm really enjoying these, so I highly recommend them. If you don't know what The Walking Dead is about, where have you been? I mean, I know I only watched it like a few weeks ago, but I still knew what it was about. But basically, The Walking Dead is about a zombie apocalypse. We follow a main character called Rick Grimes, who wakes up from a coma in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, and it's his search to find his wife and child, and when he does find them, they just try and survive, basically. And we follow their adventures as they join groups, as they find safe houses, as they lose safe houses. A lot happens. I don't want to go too far into it in case I spoil anything. But yeah, I highly recommend checking out The Walking Dead. But yeah, maybe start by watching the show. And if you like the show, check out the comics. Because they are very big. Very big. Oh, nothing's backwards. So that is all the books that I got for my birthday. I did also get a Waterstones gift voucher, so I probably will buy some more books. If I do, I'll let you know on my Instagram story. If you like this video, be sure to check out my other videos. If you like me, feel free to like and subscribe. But yeah, I will get that Hunger Games video up eventually. I hate editing. I hate editing so much. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one, and leave in the comments if you've read any of these books, if you enjoyed any of them, if there's anything you think I should know before I start any of them, then feel free to comment. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video, or I'll see you on Instagram. Bye!